Hello. Welcome to Jade Kind Video Gaming. My name is Adam, here as Ri'zargo. With more Skyrim Special Edition. We've been in this room for a bit. We eventually found what we needed. And now, at long last, I'm preparing for things to get weird.
Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
Ri'zargo would like to ask something beforehand.
Of course. What is it?
What if we find your mother?
I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost.
It sounds like she did a lot for you.
Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me. About all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible before he really went over the edge.
We will not know until she is found?
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then?
We are.
All right. Here goes.
Big bite.
Ancestors. Created a portal to Soul Cairn. Incredible. Incredible. Simply incredible.
Is there anything you can say about the Soul Cairn?
The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters.
And why did your mother like it so?
Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest. I'm ready when you are.
Into the weird.
Are you alright? That looked painful.
Oh, I'm supposed to leave, okay. It was. What happened?
Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The Soul Cairn is... well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment.
Is there any way in?
There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem.
Are you saying that Ri'zargo needs to become a vampire?
Not your first choice, I guess?
I already denied your father. Is there any other way?
Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours.
And would that not kill me?
My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the Ideal Masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the Soul Cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe.
It sounds like those are my only options.
I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody. Have you made up your mind?
No, Ri'zargo hasn't made up his mind.
Have you made up your mind?
No, Ri'zargo still has not made up his mind.
Have you made up your mind?
No. The missus would not like if I returned home a vampire. I suppose I must be soul-trapped.
Are you sure? I'm willing to do it, but you need to think it through. You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within the Soul Cairn.
It is the only way.
I know this is difficult for you. I hope you trust me. I'd never do anything that could hurt you.
Oh, I trust you.
Thank you. Let's not waste any more time then. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
So what does that do? Nothing? Well, it lets me load here, I guess, so it does at least something. Maybe I only have the effects while I'm here.
The Soul Cairn, but never thought I'd see it myself. So far, it's about what I imagined.
Okay, now let's see if I have an effect now that I'm here. There we go. Health, magic, and stamina recover slowly while in Soul Cairn and are reduced by 45 points. Which is a big detriment to my magicka and stamina. However, my health, I've been focusing on this whole game, so it's alright. We got a quest. Locate. Serana and I have entered the Soul Cairn in pursuit of her estranged mother, Valerica, and the Elder Scroll she took when she fled Castle Volkier. Ooh, new ingredients. That. Wasn't it called Soul Husk? Didn't it just say Soul Husk was added? Find another one. I already lost the new ingredient.
Must stay away from the keepers. Must stay away from the keepers.
Ri'zargo is glad that you have goals. Where do I keep souls, I wonder? Maybe it's a key? A soul husk is a food. Interrupts the soul drain effect while in the Soul Cairn. This is very new to me. So I'm like, let's just do all. Soul. Is there a soul as an item? Because it said I harvested a soul. And that seems strange to me. I'm just not used to that. That's... Maybe I have too much stuff on me. I'm starting to wonder. Nope, okay, whatever.
Leave me be.
Ri'zargo doesn't need to be asked more than once. That, Soul Husk stuff says it interrupts some effect that... I mean, I don't know what it is, but... I might want to interrupt later, so I figure I'll get a few of those. Oh, building. This wispy one over here looks like probably an enemy, so I'm not too keen on getting close.
I must return to the frontline Alessian headquarters at once. Lives are hanging in the balance.
You get on that. Okay. Ooh. Sound effect. I was attacked by another bone man.
Must stay away from the keepers. Must stay away from the keepers.
There are multiple people here with that goal.
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this.
Now, relax. Who is Arvak?
Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you.
I like that she just goes and matches herself up. And how can Ri'zargo help?
Arvak! Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back!
Sure.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering.
Yes. I'm not sure if it's pointing me to both or one or whatever. I'm just harvesting souls, I guess. I don't know what that means in terms of like a game, but I think I have two.
They're watching us. Always watching.
What is this? sound effects here are something special.
Well, look what we have here. Someone with flesh on their bones.
Ooh, this person seems aware of what's going on. What is the matter with
Let's
you?
just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers. How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer?
And that is how you got here?
You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. How people would track me down just to see what I had for sale.
Anything left?
Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here.
Is there something you want?
I'll tell you what. I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I'll play along. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly, fungus-looking things growing out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Bring me, say, 25 of them, and you can rummage through what was left on my cart.
Fair enough, and what do you have?
Odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather, before all of this nonsense happened to me. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal. If you have the husks.
I do not have them.
No husks, no sale. Guess you have some scavenging to do.
Ground. This is all wrong.
The storm. The sounds of the storm. Might be keeping me a little on edge. A little bit. A little bit. I do believe we're going this direction. This place looks friendly. Very friendly. Ri'zargo may be fitting. There is an enemy on the map I missed. Is Serana back there dealing with it, or... because I do not see her. Ri'zargo turned to speak with Serana, and... where did she go? Distracting my friend. Come on. We were going this way, trying to avoid the lightning, and you got distracted. No.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering.
I was just seeing if maybe she had dialogue that was like, hey, you said we might maybe be able to fix me once we got here. Do you have an idea for that? But there's no dialogue to ask her if she does. So I'm guessing it's see her mother, and her mother might be able to fix. Come on up.
Mother? Mother!
Can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
Ri'zargo's just keeping her safe.
Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
That is why we are here for the other scroll.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
And what mean you?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
And how does Serana fit in?
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molag Bal.
Yeah.
Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molag Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
Cold Harbor?
You think I'd have the audacity to place
I pressed the
my
wrong
own daughter
button.
in that tomb
Yeah,
for the
carry
protection
on.
of her
I
Elder
pressed
Scroll
circle
alone?
instead of X.
The scrolls
Used to
are
another
merely a
controller.
means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the
Can
sun
we skip this?
is Serana herself.
You already said that. Well, what do you mean?
The scroll, the second scroll
There we go.
declares that, like
How does
myself,
Serana fit in? Yeah,
tradition
yeah.
we call such confluences the
Nah.
Daughters of Cold Harbor.
As I was saying, Cold Harbor?
It's what some call the domain of Molag Bal, his place in oblivion.
And the tyranny of the sun requires Serana's blood?
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible.
So what are you saying Harkon means to kill her?
If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires.
We cannot allow that to
And how
happen.
exactly do you plan on stopping him?
Well, I'll need your help.
Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers.
And Serana's opinion in this?
You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart.
I have not.
We're here because we're abominations in your mind.
No?
Evil creatures that need to be destroyed.
No, just the evil ones. Serana believes in me. Why won't you?
Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me. But for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can.
Do you have the Elder Scroll with
Yes.
you?
I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins.
What do we need to do?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
We'll return soon.
One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnavir roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
And how did you become imprisoned here?
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
What was the bargain?
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they crave. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
They tricked you.
The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins.
And you became trapped.
Unfortunately, yes. Since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach.
And you've been imprisoned here for all this time?
Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
It's just an invisible wall. Seems you lack a garden. So, Ri'zargo has learned a lot and come to a very
Steal those
strange place.
keeper things and get back to the prison.
Yeah, the keepers were warned about before we even got here. I guess we'll have to deal with them.
I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean. That's great. I love it. join us next time for more.
I can't
Bye.
believe we found